There was once a young woman named Era. For 5 long years, she believed she had found her forever person. His name was Daniel, charming, caring, and everything she had wished for. They made plans together, laughed under starry skies, and built dreams brick by brick. Era believed they would grow old hand in hand, but life had a strange, sharp twist. One cold autumn evening, Daniel said words she never imagined hearing. "I don't see us in the future anymore." Her world cracked open. Everything she had trusted felt like dust in the wind. The home they dreamed of, gone. The whispered promises, broken. Era sat on the floor of her empty apartment, staring at the walls. The silence screamed. She clutched her chest, wondering if the pain would ever end. Tears soaked her pillow night after night. Friends said, "Move on, let him go." But how do you let go of forever? She felt lost in a sea of memories. His voice echoed in her mind like an old song stuck on repeat. One day, an elderly neighbor knocked on her door. "Dear, why do you cry so much?" the old woman asked gently. Era poured her heart out, every broken dream, every lost hope. The woman listened, eyes soft with wisdom, and then she smiled. "Do you know the story of the phoenix?" Era shook her head. "The phoenix," she said, "is a bird that burns in its own fire, and from the ashes it rises stronger, brighter, fearless." The old woman held Era's hand. "My dear, you are in the fire now, but you will rise. You must rise." Era didn't believe her at first, but that night something stirred in her heart. A tiny voice whispered, "You are not broken. You are becoming." The next morning, Era stood before the mirror. Her eyes were swollen but fierce. "I will not let this define me," she whispered. She stepped out of the apartment for the first time in days. The world outside was waiting. She went for a walk without her phone. No distractions, just herself. The wind kissed her face. For the first time in weeks, she felt alive. She joined a yoga class, shaky at first. She smiled at strangers in cafes. She read books that made her mind dance. She filled journals with dreams of her own, not their dreams. Era painted again, her old passion. Color poured onto the canvas like sunlight after rain. Each stroke healed a little crack in her heart. Each moment of creativity made her whole again. Days turned into weeks. She smiled more. She laughed at silly jokes. She slept through the night without tears. And then, she met herself again. Not the version who waited for texts. Not the one who planned for his life, but the strong, beautiful woman she was all along. Era realized something precious. She didn't need Daniel to feel complete. Her joy didn't depend on someone else's love. She could be whole on her own. Her scars did not make her weak. They made her human. They made her real. They made her brave. One evening, she passed Daniel in the street. His eyes widened. He saw the glow in her smile, the peace in her steps. "Hi, Era," he said softly. She smiled kindly. "Hello, Daniel." No anger, no bitterness, no pain, just freedom. As she walked away, the wind carried her laughter. She felt light like the phoenix rising from ash. A new chapter had begun, a chapter that belonged only to her. Era's story teaches us this. Losing someone you thought was forever doesn't mean you've lost yourself. When forever ends, you begin. Your heart can break and still beat stronger. You are not the past. You are not the pain. You are the survivor. You are the phoenix. So rise. Let the old dreams burn. Let the tears fall. But then, let the light in. Walk in the sun again. Laugh without fear. Love yourself wildly. And one day, someone new may come, not to complete you, not to save you, but to walk beside the fierce, whole soul you've become. But until then, you are enough. You are powerful. You are free. Era's story is your story. The end of one love is not the end of your life. It's the beginning of a greater, truer you. So go on. Rise higher. Shine brighter. Be your own forever. Because the best forever was always meant to be you.